Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. Ava Indriani, a public sector accounting student. Will present the result of my research entitled Analysis of the role of tax volunteer in encouraging taxpayer reporting compliance private person. Background behind the government's large funds to collect sustainable development and correct government activities. The funds needed to achieve this goals come from various possible research on it and tax revenue. Reason for settlement 2021. One of them is tax revenue non tax. The next background behind. In Indonesia, the assessment voting system is adopted. This means requiring taxpayer to play active role in fulfilling their tax application independently. In supporting the self-assessment system, the Directorate General of Taxes, or TGV, is trying to increase tax revenue by initiating tax reform. One form of tax reform is appealing. The next, apart from appealing based on the law and harmonization of tax regulation, are WWIPP. Government is also making efforts. Article 2, paragraph 1, letter of the HPP law states that the population identification number, or NIK, will function as the taxpayer identification number, or NPWP. It can be said to be the same as single identity number because it has similarity to SEI in other countries. Reason for reading to 2019. The presence of SEI will make it easier for the government to track tax taxation and report them. The next, the number of registered taxpayers in Indonesia has increased to 24 in the last 20 years, so that there is growth in tax knowledge every year. However, in 2021, when the Indonesian economy is estimated to exceed 2,750 trillion rupiah, it will not be able to meet its need. According to a survey by the Central Strategic Agency (BPS), it is projected that 113.6 million people will work in 2021. Only 45 and 45 and 430 million individual taxpayers are registered with the Ministry of Finance at the time. The figures show that the proportion of the working population to individual taxpayer only 13.66%, Central Statistic Agency or BPS. Low percentage hamper the effectiveness of national tax collection. Indonesian people are still less aware of the need to register with the Tax Service Office or KPP and option a taxpayer identification number, so that there are many economic activities that should be taxed but cannot be detected by the tax authorities. And then taxpayer utilities, the facilities offered by the Directorate General of Taxes to fulfill your tax obligation, such as filing, is also still low. In fact, many taxpayers do not know how to fill out SPT via airline. Reason for annual and 2021. The FPN system in Indonesia has been operating since 2015, but there are still taxpayers who have not used it due to difficulty adapting the technology and people habits of reporting their SPT with a form and visiting the nearest tax service office or KPP. And then the government. And then the government method in this case, the Director General of Taxes is collaborating with universities in Indonesia to establish a tax center. The activities covered by the tax are a tax volunteer program. The tax volunteer program is a collaboration program between universities and government institutions. Namely, the Directorate General of Taxes or DGP. The Directorate General of Taxes give an example. Third parties, namely students, were involved in this program to support effort to increase taxpayer compliance-based taxpayer. The tax volunteer program makes it easier for the public to report taxpayer. Apart from that, with socialization from tax volunteer, the intention or awareness of the public in career tax reporting will emerge, which will later have an effect on increasing taxpayer compliance. That is table number 1.1, tax revenue in Indonesia in billion of rupiah. From year 2019 until 2023. The Professor tax revenue for general and national development and can improve the standard of living Indonesia people. For this reason, taxpayer must commit to fulfill their tax obligation. One aspect that has a significant influence on tax sector income is taxpayers who are disciplined in carrying out their obligation. And based on the explanation above, the research should be said to assume regarding the role of tax volunteering with the detailed analysis of the role of tax volunteer in improving individual taxpayer reporting compliance. The research location was carried out of KPP Pertama Pasar Bu is Jakarta area. In addition, the research choose KPP Pertama Pasar Bu is that is one of the 9 KPP under the auspice of the East Jakarta DGP Regional Office, which has the large working area in DKI Jakarta province, where the working area covers 3 sub-districts: Pasar Bu District, Ciracas District, Sub-District Payung, and KPP Pertama Pasar Bu also has the large number of taxpayers at the East Jakarta DGP Regional Office. Formulation problem. First formulation, what is the role of KPP Pertama Pasar Bu tax volunteer? Number 2, second formulation, what obstacle do tax volunteer and tax counselor face at KPP Pertama Pasar Bu? And formula 3, what are the strategies of tax volunteer and tax counselor in overcoming obstacles? And then objective study. Number 1, analyzing the role of tax volunteer in improving individual taxpayer reporting. Number 2, analysis the obstacle faced by tax volunteer and tax instructor in submitting individual annual tax return. And number 3, analyzing the strategies of tax volunteer and tax instructor in overcoming obstacle. And then benefit study. Number 1, theoretical. Number 2, practical. And then research concept. Number 1, definition of tax. According to Mardiasmo 2019, 19 years, tax is a mandatory contribution from the people to the state treasury as recorded in the law without any countable form, which is directly unstilious and used to finance state expenditure. Number 2, function tax. According to Mardiasmo, for year 2060, explained it in general, there are the function of tax, namely the budget or budgeteer, and the function of regulating or regular. The function of the budget is the large source of state revenue. Taxes have the function of finance state expenditure option from the tax revenue, when the regulated function, namely tax, can be used as an instrument in achieving state goals, namely the property of the people. And then research concept number 3, tax compliance. According to media study, per years 2020 tax compliance in condition where taxpayers have fulfilled their tax obligation and right in accordance with applicable law and regulation. And the last, volunteer tax, referring to Article number 1 and until number 9 of the Directorate General of Tax Regulation, number PAR 12 or PG or 20 and 21 years. A tax volunteer is someone who voluntarily contributes their time, energy, thoughts, and expertise to play an activity role in the tax education activities carried to increase taxpayer compliance and encourages the implementation to third-party information. Education activities. The next literature review refers research. This research was conducted based on the result of profit research. Research aims to option comparative material between researchers currently conducting research that has been conducted with previous research. As bundled in research by Warner and his friend 2022 year, the result of the research show that through the tax surveys, education, and socialization, by tax volunteer to taxpayer will come to copy pertama Blora, directing taxpayer will come according the taxpayer needs, assisting taxpayer in creating bin codes, helping to input the daily register of mandatory SPT receivable tax, assisting the process of filing tax bill, STP, helping taxpayer fill out SPT report, and educating taxpayer on the process of filling out SPT. Research space and time. The research was conducted at KP pertama, Pasar BS Jakarta Regional Catcon. Distrik Raya Jakarta Bogor, number 46, RC Egg or LW 2 Rambutan Distrik Ciracas S Jakarta City. And the next, research design. This research used qualitative research with a destructive approach. According to Sugiono, year 2022, qualitative research based on post-position or entrepreneurial philosophy used to research the condition of natural objects where the research is the key instruments that the collection technique are followed by triangulation or a combination of observation, interview, documentation. The data option tends to be qualitative data analysis. Data is inductive or qualitative in nature, and the result of qualitative research are to understand meaning, understand communications, construct phenomena, and find hypotheses. The next source data. Number 1, primary data. According to Sugiono, version 2017 years, what is meant by primary data is the data source that directly provides to data collection. Number 2, secondary data. Mainly, what is meant by secondary data according to Sugiono, Horizon 2017 research that does not directly provide data to data collection. And the next technique, data collection. Number 1, first process observation, second process interview, third process documentation, fourth process study reference. And next, validity technique, data. And number 1, triangulation search. Testing the credibility of data is done by checking that data has been optioned from various data source. The next technique, analysis data. Number 1, search for information to get general idea of the object to be researched or an issue that is research team. Number 2, collect data and information related of research themes on problem from various reference research. Number 3, compile research report from available data results. And number 4, conduct initial observation to access to condition on research sites. Number 5, conduct interview and documentation with text counselor, text volunteer, and on text volunteer supervisor lecturer. And then last, general conclusion. The conclusion in the research were drawn after quality interview with text counselor and text volunteer at KPP Pertama Pasar Bo. And then data result, interview result regarding the role of text volunteer. Text volunteer are tasked with providing assistance to individual taxpayer in reporting annual tax returns, helping to report SPT, number 177.s and number 177.s, making FP happy to validate an AKS and PVP, assisting taxpayer in checking the contents of the file, considering the filling-based annual SPT submission process, namely the complications of the number 17221 IR detection proof in reporting the result. Tax volunteer one problem with taxpayer worry, forgot to bring proof detection, forgot password, and late fee network that were highly stable, especially when it's was approaching the final day reporting the annual tax return. And website went down, which took a long time. Some taxpayer complied, and there were also questions from taxpayer that are difficult for tax volunteer to answer because they are beyond the knowledge, but also difficult to consult with KPP employee due to the large number of taxpayer being served. Having tax volunteer is very helpful. Saving current time, of course, individual taxpayer do not pay much even reporting their annual tax return. Tax volunteer help taxpayer profit and understanding how to report annual tax return using the lights system called filling. Tax volunteer also teach you procedure for filling out annual tax return via the Directorate General of Taxes website so that taxpayer can fill out tax returns anywhere and anytime. So tax volunteers are very helpful for taxpayer. And see the statistical data on registered individual taxpayer. Based on table number 1 above, it can be cited that there is increase in the total number of taxpayer registered at KPP Pertama Pasarbo every year. That is not accompanied by an increase in the percentage. The number of registered taxpayer in 2022 was 14.8 and 1799, an increase from 2019 of 1,376 1.89, a percentage increase 8.6 percentage manual. The number of registered taxpayer in 2020 years was 14,28647 in increase. From the table number 1 income side, the number of registered taxpayer has continued to increase over the last 5 years, also with a like percentage increase. However, progress continued to increase from year to year, such as increased tax allowance because this is increased in the number of registered taxpayer. And the next substacle data on the number of individual taxpayer was sub-annual tax result. In table 2, in condition that taxpayer will report their tax as per increase and decrease as year. From 2009 to 2021, there was an increase, where in 2022 it decreased by 600 to 250, and also in 2023 there was a decline 25,649 BPOP was substituted annual SPT at KPP Pertama Pasarbo. Even though the number of taxpayer who registered as was increased, the number of taxpayers who reported tax actually decreased in 2022 and 2023 compared to previous year. The decline was due to commodity lifestyle factor in increased taxpayer compliance and the status of taxpayer who should be half non-effective but did not apply non-effective taxpayer the worse the registering of effective taxpayer. And the next performance analysis for something taxpayer annual. In table 3, it can be used in taxpayer report. Their tax experience increase and decrease each year, where from 2019 to 2021 year there was an increase, where in 2022 it decreased by 6,250, and also in year 2023 there was decline 2.5949 BPIP in the stoppage the renewal SPT at KPP Pertama Pasarbo. Even though the number of taxpayers who registered each year always increase, the number of taxpayers who reported tax actually decreased in 2022 and 2023 years compared to previous years. Decline caused due to community lifestyle, factors that influence taxpayer compliance and the status of taxpayer, but so we have been non-effective but did not apply non-effective taxpayers of the were registered as effective taxpayer. And the last conclusion, increasing individual taxpayer compliance to the participation of tax volunteer in reporting annual tax returns at KPP pertama pasarbo is very important. The interview results showed that the participant of tax volunteer directly has positive impact on outstanding taxpayer and the efficiency of the annual SPT. Reporting process, the contribution of tax volunteer is considered as useful and has a positive impact on taxpayer and understanding, quenching time and reporting efficiency, increasing individual taxpayer compliance with the involvement of the volunteer is reporting annual tax return at KPP pertama pasarbo still records improvement. The result of interview with the tax officer, tax volunteer, and tax volunteer as supervisor at KPP pertama pasarbo show that there are still obstacles and needs for improvement in increasing compliance of the tax volunteer and aspect of certified quality still need to improve. The results of this research can be both theoretical and practical implication. Namely, number one, theoretical implication. The theoretical implication are the theoretical and practical implication. It is hoped this research can contribute to the development of knowledge in the field of action regarding the performance of tax volunteer. The research can contribute as a source and reference for the development of related kinds. Number two, practical implication. It is hoped that it can profit inwards for several parties such as tax volunteer, Directorate General of Taxes, and KPP pertama pasarbo in improving the quality of tax service. And for taxpayer, it is hoped that it increase outcome and complaint in reporting the tax. Thank you in this presentation for me. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.